Now, I do have one of my friends. He comes from Chigezi, and he was like, update me about Jurrien Timber. And I'm like, all right, let me obviously do the due diligence and obviously bring to you the Jurrien Timber situation right here onto the Rokani Media Football. Smash that button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are, and do the needful to see to it that all really goes on well as planned. So, on the 21st of May, the side of Arsenal had an open training session where media was there, and I think even there are some fans of Arsenal in there. And we only saw Mikel Merino, who was back in first team full training, but there was no Jurrien Timber. You understand? Now, that raised lots of concern about Jurrien Timber and about his availability at the Champions League final as Arsenal takes on PSG. Now, Arteta, on that same day, he was asked on Mikel Merino and Timber. He said, yeah, I think Mikel Merino is going to start training with the group tomorrow. Today, he's done a little bit. It was just a very light session, obviously. And Timber, let's hope that he can do the same in the next few days. But he's still a little bit further behind than Mikel at the moment. So, the manager went ahead to break the news and told us that Jurrien Timber is a little bit back. You know, is a little bit far as compared to a player known as Mikel Merino. And Mikel Merino was seen in the game that saw Arsenal beat Crystal Palace by 2-1, and that approves him to be part of the team that is going to be playing in what we call the Champions League final. That is it. So, as it stands, the club of Arsenal is having only one player who is really doubt, and that is Jurrien Timber. But the national team manager for the Netherlands has come out and obviously told us the following about Jurrien Timber. Remember, he's supposed to be part of the Netherlands World Cup squad in there. And I've told us that he's training again to see if he can make the Champions League final and be available for the World Cup, but it does not look rosy at the moment. So, the manager is like, Timber is obviously training, and he's trying to see to it that he plays in the Champions League final, but it doesn't look rosy at the moment. So, he's pushing to play in the Champions League final, because for that, it's happening this weekend. Now, Timber is one of those players that indeed Arsenal really do need. And why do they need him hugely and immediately? Because the side of Arsenal has a lot to offer. Sorry, Jurrien Timber has it to offer in the right back position, because Ben White, who would have gone ahead to obviously come and really put in a very huge shift, is nowhere to be seen. And because of injury, that's why he's really out. For Timber, he's injured also, and it's now close to 2 months without him kicking a ball for the club of Arsenal. During the title celebrations for the club of Arsenal, obviously, he was there, and he came up and obviously put out a very, very huge shift in there for you. So, Timber is training and working hard to see to it that he makes it to the Champions League final. And if at all he makes the Champions League final, that will be evident that he will obviously make it to what we call the World Cup. So, that is it, the update of Jurrien Timber, but that leaves Arsenal not in the right shape, because for the side of PSG, they've gone ahead to welcome back their two players, Achraf Hakimi, the right back, and Ousmane Dembele today in the training sessions they really held in there for you. So, Timber, we are now waiting to see whether the team known as Arsenal and its physios work hard to obviously have him in the right position to play against PSG. There will be worry about him being thrown in the starting 11 because he's been out for some time, and the manager is left with just options of Mosquera. But I've always said this: Why don't they consider playing William Saliba as a right back and obviously play Mosquera in the right-sided centre-back position to partner up with Gabriel Magalhaes? Because I believe Saliba offers more than Mosquera as a right back. When Mosquera is playing as a right back, he looks limited. But I know the manager will obviously throw in Mosquera if Jurrien Timber doesn't pass the fitness tests, and the physios are like, please don't throw him in there for you. And we'll be like, I'd rather go ahead and play the World Cup in there for you. But I think this is historical for the club, and he's pushing hard to play in the final of the Champions League and go to the World Cup. So we wait and see how things pan out. But he really looks off. He really looks off. And we'll be waiting to see how things really pan out for this particular person in here. So from there, we're obviously going to be having something different. And that's why Arsenal, by the way, is in for right back. And the Livramento, I've seen Dema Freeze on the so many are being linked to the club of Arsenal. Let's go to James Maddison. James Maddison. Without Zerbi coming in, there is a serious possibility we would have went down. He switched the mindset, the passion he shows every single day rubbed off on the players, and I think you could see that in the last few performances. Now, Zerbi is a very good manager, no doubt about it. He is a very good manager, and him being a good manager, he serves a better purpose of really getting into the mindset of players. And by the way, next season, one of the teams to watch is all about Tottenham Hotspur with Zerbi. They do have good players. You're having Paulinho, experienced player. You do have the Van der Vens and the Pedro Porros. And his biggest job after saving Spurs is to convince these players that they can stay. Mohamed Kudus is being looked at by Liverpool. So he needs to put out a situation that will keep these players in the best confidence to stay at Tottenham Hotspur. Having been saved from relegation, Maddison has come up and obviously raised his hand, and it's like, if it wasn't him, would have gone ahead to get relegated. You understand? So that really speaks volumes onto what this guy can do and how much he really did. So, like, he has gone ahead to convince the likes of James Maddison, let him go to the likes of Cristiano Romero, who opted to watch a game for an Argentina derby other than for Spurs, a team that he really captains. And for that, I don't see him really staying. The Udogis, Richarlison, Solanke, Kulusevski, and very many others to see to it that they obviously get into the best flowing mode. So that is all about James Maddison giving Zerbi his flowers. And to go through the games that Zerbi went ahead to manage, Zerbi came in through. Sunderland beat him by 1-0. Spurs drew with Brighton 2-2. They beat Wolves 1-0. They beat Aston Villa 2-1. Drew with Leeds 1-1. Lost to Chelsea 2-1. And beat Everton at the end of the season by 1-0. And West Ham went ahead, I think, to win, but the win couldn't obviously save them. And I saw Declan Rice, not a happy man, after he learned that West Ham have been relegated out of the Premier League. Not the good news that he really wanted as a player, but all in all, it had to go that way. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David remains my name, and I continue to see to it that I bring you the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. We are here to see to it that all goes on well, and I just love it when I really see you guys do the needful and obviously coming through and give us the support that we really deserve. And what else? can we talk about, apart from saying good night those going to bed, those still awake? More videos are still waiting for you here onto the beautiful channel. And we are doing this because we want to support those fans that have been with us. And this is the third video of the day. Hope you guys have gone ahead to enjoy it.